business because they want to stop dead.
You're nasty.
I'm not your enemy. I'm
Sagittarius, so you know I'm an optimist.
Shut up. You should be
I'm
happy
a
I'm
bad
here. You know, I'm showing you bitches how to do it.
And
But,
fully aware of what y'all say about me.
Fuck the bitch.
Number one,
You're beneath me, you will always be. Don't ever get it twisted. I'ma cut the bitch.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer. Give me some of that virginer.
Suck some dick.
If you don't like me, that's fine. But, you know,
cut the bitch.
Y'all bitches is stupid. Y'all bitches is miserable. Y'all bitches is dumb. Y'all bitches gonna make me go back to my old ways. And I've been trying to change, but y'all got me fucked up.
What's up? It's your girl, Big Don, and welcome to Sagittarius Vibes, where I pop shit, we politic, and I keep it player. Now let's run these streets. Now, y'all, we are in Baddies USA Chapter 2. And let me tell you, I think this might be a good season. Now, last season, I was hyping it up. I think this might be one for the books because I seen the BGC girls that were supposed to be on here as well. And when I tell y'all, I'm so highly disappointed in Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is trash. And I'm so sick of y'all recycling the same bitches. So this chapter, I am very appreciative of seeing some new faces. Some faces I think y'all could have got rid of personally, but I am appreciative of seeing new faces. So y'all, we about to do a baddie roll call for Chapter 2 like I did for Chapter 1. We got Diamond DTB, we got Roly Poly, we got Ivory Babu, we got ET Scarface, Pressure, Fauna, Cold Killer, Summer None Other. We have Tommy. We have Ciroc, who was bought by Tommy, by the way, and we gonna get into that. We got Lex, no Big, because I only know one Big Lex. We got Biggie, Big Dominican. We got Tavy Baby. We have Mariah Lynn. We have Bad Dolly. We have Tinkerbella. We have Tasiki. We got Wet Wet. We got Amber Ali. Child, Amber Ali. I watched Amber on Deja Vu, and she a fool. You hear me? We got Egypt. We got Anaya. We have Daisy Dukes, who is a goddamn fool, her damn self. You got Scotty with the baby. You got Bahati. You have Showgirl Neek. You have Hurricane M. You have TT. You have K Rican. If I'm missing somebody, we'll get to you, ho, within the next coming episode. So, y'all, we walk into Natalie Cold Killer DTB doing a video shoot with their new song called Do Your Big One. And let me do a little messy drop real quick. I just really be so fucking tickled every time I see how Natalie rebranded herself into this ghetto rapper who wear lace fronts, because people who remember Natalie, like, bitch, the North remember. These type of bitches you wouldn't dare call yourself entertaining, integrating, kicking it with on no sort. So to see how Natalie give it up today, it's really hilarious to me any fucking way. So they're doing their video shoot, like I said, for their song Do Your Big One. And I'm not gonna hold y'all, the beat is hard. Like I've stated in my previous videos for Chapter 1, I'm not listening to anything with Natalie Nunn. Like, she's not a rapper to me. She's a bitch that put words together and, you know, sound pretty decent. And that's no shade, no tea, but I'm not listening to anything Natalie Nunn is rapping on. I might listen to DTB, I might listen to Cold Killer, because, you know, bitches really do this. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not listening to Natalie Nunn. But nonetheless, they up there, they're doing their little video shoot or whatnot. All of them look good. Natalie look good as hell. Cold Killer look good. Cold Killer got her body done. Her body looks so good. I want her to because I seen she put a little hip in there, little hip. Some of y'all need to realize that if you're not naturally born with that, you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for you. You're small, you're short and small in stature. So sometimes trying to get a big ass booty and some wide ass hips might not be coming of your physique. I say that to say her body looks nice, but I don't think that hips needed to be included. I think you should have just focused on your ass. I understand why you did it though. Like, I completely understand why you did it. Overall, you still look good as hell. Diamond, of course, that big old juicy thing back there that she be dragging behind her is always gonna be on point. And I think Diamond body is very natural. I think the only thing that Diamond did get done is like lipo or some shit. Other than that, I think Diamond body is very natural. Anyway, y'all, so let me not go on a tangent because I'm a Sagittarius and sometimes, bitch, I like to run his mouth. I like to run his lips, and you're going to have to pull your girl back in. So anyway, they're doing a video shoot and they're just talking about, what issues they may have. Natalie, being the messy bitch that she is, she goes and asks Cold Killer what issues she may have with Rican or Fauna or which one wasn't. And Kokilla got a real slick ass mouth. Like, she gave her a real slick vibe with it. Like, I don't have no issues with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, K Rican did some funny shit on the internet and I wasn't fucking with it. But as far as like me having any issues with her, nah, but it's some shit that we do need to address. And I'm not gonna hold you. I definitely understood like everybody's point of view when it came to their whole situation, and not to get too deep into the situation because we have all chapter 2 to discuss this shit. But I'll say this, K Rican, they said your name and they fought on your behalf the entire chapter 1. Like, literally fought on your behalf. Got into it with anybody that mentioned your name in a negative way, said your name the entire season of chapter 2, all the way up until you making it to the reunion. You were to catch your fades by yourself. I truly don't think that you would be on chapter 2 if you did not catch your own fades. Now, looking at it at your point of view, I do recognize why you would feel some way, and I do recognize why you would post that publicly because you seen what we all seen, bitch. You was there. So you was watching it. We watching you watch the shit. And we understood like why you were feeling the way you were feeling. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Fauna and Killer, they was minking, macking hoes left and right on the behalf of each other. Like, bitch, you breathe wrong. Fauna coming behind Killer, Killer coming behind Fauna. But when it came to you, they was a little bit lax. And I can understand that because, baby, you was taking some beatings. You was taking some beatings for real. But you had to take your own ass up, and I'm not going to hold you. And you had to fall in and line that shit up. I'm not going to hold you, or you wouldn't have been on chapter 2. Like, I feel like as your friends, as your core group, they did their part by getting you on back to the show because you were left off of Bad and Bougie, bitch. I feel like they did their part. So, if y'all really fuck with each other and y'all love each other or got some type of love with one another, y'all to communicate that and y'all amend the fence and call it a day. Only a motherfucker that love you will communicate with you. And if they don't, they'll write you off. Kane told you. Moving forward. So some more girls walk in. Showgirl Neek, Bahati, and who else walked in? Who was that girl? And I think that was it. I think that was just Bahati and Showgirl Neek that walked in. And they are like introducing themselves to DCB and Killer. And Killer is one funny acting ass bitch. The more I watch you, girl, you really a funny acting ass bitch, but you cool. You cool or whatever, but girl, I see you. Girl, I see you. But everybody introduced themselves to one another or whatnot, and Natalie started asking Bahati like what issues she had, and she started asking Showgirl Neek what issues she be had, and she lets her know at that moment that she wants Diamond to be over the now that's TV Zeus girls, and she want Bahati to be over the Girls Gone Wild Zeus girls, and she wants Showgirl Neek to be over the Cabaret Zeus girls. So I'm peeping game because I'm like, did Natalie really just cast 3 different fucking show of bitches? Oh, this is about to be interesting. Oh, this is about to get live. I'm here for this shit. I'm here for all of it. So y'all fast forward, Scotty and Natalie and Rolly, they gonna meet up. And you know, Lemmy brings out baby Iceland and she's so tiny. And you know, I just feel like at that moment, Scotty, I know you trying to be there to get your check because you don't want to miss nothing either. But I feel like Iceland is so small, you should be at home. You just had a baby. You need to be in the house. Like, I know your mother told you that you should be somewhere sitting your ass down and nursing your body back to health because you just produced a whole human being. A whole human being just came out of your womb. Are you aware how precious and how open your body and that baby is right now? You shouldn't be in front of nobody's fucking camera, but here's Scotty with the baby go. And that's no shade, bitch, but you're a grown ass woman, so you're gonna do what the hell you want to do. But I feel like you got enough bitches in your family that should have told you to sit your ass down because you need to be at home nursing your body back and getting yourself back together. Like, you need to self-regulate, girl, and get your shit in order. Nonetheless, they sitting down, they meeting up. Like I stated before, Lemmy came out and he brought out baby Iceland, and she just so tiny and just so cute. I seen pictures of her already, so she's so tiny and she's so cute, and she favors Lemmy and Scotty. She's such a small little cutie patootie, and you know, they sit there and they start to discuss their, you know, back and forth, this ongoing feud that Natalie and Scotty have with one another, which is so weird to me. It's so weird to me. But I feel like in this moment, in this conversation, I really got the gist of what the hell really be going on between them. And it's really tedious and it's really petty. And it's something that can really be solved and literally wrapped up in the snap of a fucking finger. So as they're sitting there, and shout out to Rolly for allowing them to discuss this shit and not trying to be a facilitator in mediating who say what and how one feels, actually allowing them to speak with one another. You really got to hear what the real issue is. And Natalie's issue with you is, Scotty, and I hope you hear, because you like to, I've noticed one thing about you. You like to act oblivious, like you don't understand why people may have a problem with you. And not to get too sway off of what I'm saying, because I have a tendency to go on a tangent. But let me just clock this real quick. I kind of see what Lex mean when she said you say shit and then you come back and you don't know why a person may have a problem with you, because Natalie sat here and told you specifically, Scotty, that the reason why you and her fall off and be on and off again is because of your relationship with Lemille. Period, point blank, Scotty. You might be walking around that motherfucker acting like you are entitled to doing some shit. Or maybe that's just Natalie projection. Because per your words, you feel like you've always given respect where respect is due, but you're not going to keep tolerating this shit from her, which is, I understand that part too. Y'all, let me just give a sidebar on myself. I'm a Sagittarius, and even per my both chart, duality is so big. I have Libra in my 12th house. So, like, I'm so based off of just fairness and justice. Like, it's naturally, innately in me. So I am a bitch that see both sides. I'm a person that understands both sides of the spectrum, whether it's good or evil, whatever you want to put on negative and positive. I understand both spectrums of those energies or entities. I say that to say this. Natalie, understand the fact that that girl is now with that nigga and their relationship ain't got nothing to do with you, and to let it be and to let business be business. And Scotty, don't even give that girl the impression like you trying to be big dog walking, because at the end of the day, it's her shit. And she has to fight bitches, over 20 bitches damn near every little season about her position, because bitches think that they can just like fight her and put their hands on her because she's Natalie Nunn and she has to get in the paint, which I've stated this on chapter 1. She's the fucking boss. She's the CEO. She is the boss of this shit. None of you bitches should be putting your hands on her. That's actually pretty fucking weird that y'all think that it would be okay to put your hands on your boss. Because if you wasn't on this TV shit, you bitches would not be putting your hands on your boss at a fucking company that you were working a 9 to 5 at. You would probably talk your shit, say what you gotta say, but you gonna move the fuck on. You're not finna get violent, but for some reason, because it's Natalie Nunn, y'all think that y'all can put your hand on that woman. That's not how that shit go. That lady sign your fucking checks. You get paid because of her. Zeus is the program. The show is her shit. So let's just keep it all the way funky with you bitches. If Natalie decides to take her content, her show, and produce and put it somewhere else, she could. That means your check stop. And even if Lemmy decided to try to imitate something like Natalie's, it still wouldn't give the way Natalie give. You want to know why? Because he wants to be the star of the show. I'm going to leave that there and I'm going to keep it fucking moving any fucking way. Like I said before, when it comes to the Natalie and Scotty situation, y'all drop that shit and let it go. Girl, the girl got a baby with the nigga. You got your own life and going on. Let that shit be business and be done. Moving forward. Yo, but let me give one little messy drop in the midst of this Scotty and Natalie whole little conversation or whatnot. Natalie gives Trump so much to me because every time you bitches do something and she do something back to you, she goes, oh no, I know, but you did that, so I did this, and oh no, it's never like that. It's nothing like that. I just find the shit hilarious. So y'all, after the whole little situation with Scotty and Natalie's little conversation, Natalie decides that she wants to call Tommy. So she FaceTimes Tommy. Girl, Tommy is on the toilet taking a shit. Which, what is wrong with y'all? Do y'all bitches not have any type of couth and decorum about yourself? Y'all gotta stop being weird for this TV shit and start acting like ladies. Like, y'all, just cause bitch you put some panties on and a bra on don't mean you feminine. Y'all need to get y'all goddamn shit in order anyway. So Tommy on the toilet taking a shit. Natalie looks semi-disgusted, no shade, all fucking shade, but she still gave her conversation for what she could try to, because the bitch looked like she was struggling on the other side of that FaceTime. Natalie tells Tommy that she needs her to sit down with Ciroc. Now, backstory to Ciroc. Last season of chapter 2, Ciroc came into the picture because she linked with Tommy. Tommy needed some like hand reinforcements because bitches was on Tommy ass chapter 1. Like they was on Tommy ass real bad. And Tommy is literally injured for real. Like I know people want to make it seem like nothing's wrong with Tommy, but I think people forget the incident that Tommy was in with one of the niggas that she dealt with. You know what I'm saying? She got cut really bad around her Achilles heel. So I don't think Tommy can really move the way she used to move before that incident. So when it comes to fighting, I think Tommy respectfully bow out when she has the opportunity to. But if she needs to defend herself, she would. Because baby, last season of chapter 2, Baddies USA, not to be a revisionist, but I got to get this shit off my chest. I'm so shocked and disappointed that Tommy, you let them bitches sock you out the way that you did. I couldn't even fathom in my mind, bro. Like I know you win some, you lose some, bitch. You live to see another day. I know, bitch, you could take a hit. I know we get hit, we take hits. Like I said before in previous episodes, I ain't no stranger to getting in the motherfucking field. I prefer it, to be quite frank. I'll be having a lot of shit that I need to get up off my chest with my hands. So I don't be having no issues. I be with whatever. I'm growing up though, y'all. Like I'm trying to be an adult these days, you know, live a different life, change my life and all type of shit. Any fucking way. Not to go on a tangent with that shit. Backstory to Ciroc and Tommy. So like I said, Ciroc is some higher hands type shit. And that's how they meet. And Tommy kind of like, you know, you come do this for me. I get you and put you in position. There's an opportunity to show your face. There's an opportunity for you to get a check outside of me even paying you. You not here, you know what I'm saying, to like get beat on, but bitch, do your thing. And when you see Ciroc big as shit. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Shorty stacked and thick, and she look like she got height. So, you know, I feel like if she want to bulldoze a bitch, she could. You feel me? But That's the purpose of Sirach's presence, right? So, like I said, Natalie tells Tommy that she has to go meet up with Sirach because she's the one that brought Sirach to the show. Natalie, like, I'm not meeting up with this girl. I don't even know this girl. Why am I meeting up with this girl? So, like I said, back history to the whole Tommy and Sirach story. She's hired hands for Tommy. And last season, chapter 1 of Baddies USA is when Sirach kind of like made her appearance. Oh, excuse me, y'all, is when Sirach kind of like made her appearance. And you know, bitches was on Sirach ass. You feel me? They was on Sirach ass heavy. And so that's what it was. And that's how Sirach began to make her appearance onto Baddies. She kind of got her way through in like a Marsh type of situation, but even I wouldn't say it was a March type of situation because shit, Krishan wasn't even trying to really give March no motherfucking money for real. And she wasn't even trying to like put March in a position where when she decides to leave, she can be on. You know what I'm saying? And sidebar, why in the fuck was Krishan even on the reunion? I promise you I said I wasn't gonna review that whack ass reunion, but it's some shit that's popping up in my motherfucking head that I'm trying to figure out because I just couldn't understand the whole dynamic of the reunion. It was the lamest shit I've ever seen in my life. This reunion was so trash. Janisha, you did a terrible job facilitating and mediating everything that happened between the dialogue of the girls. You bitches wasn't falling in respectfully or correctly. Y'all was just a bunch of fucking unhinged lunatics with nothing to offer. And since when Zeus started letting random ass bitches fight the talent on the show? How many times are y'all gonna keep doing that to Mariah? And see, I don't even like Mariah motherfucking ass. I don't. Because after that shit that you did to Bianca, and it's more shit that you do. You do a lot of little sneaky ass slick shit behind the scenes, and we gonna get on your ass this season. Because Mariah, I'm gonna tell you a new one. I'm gonna tell you a new one, Bookie. But we gonna keep it here. Mariah ain't a motherfucker that's my cup of tea, but I don't fuck with the fact that every time Mariah gets on a season, y'all keep letting random ass people come to the show and fight her. That's corny as shit. She's the talent on the show. Why the fuck do y'all have audience member fighting the baddies? That doesn't even make sense. Like, what the fuck do y'all got going on? Any goddamn way. So, like I said, that's the backstory to Sirach whole appearance of being on Baddies. Y'all, I told you, I would go on a goddamn tangent. My brain be having like 100 fucking tabs open in it. And so this is like tab of Baddies. I'm on the Baddies tab right now. And in the Baddies tab, I have like multiple fucking files in it of different shit that transpire between these hoes that I never got the opportunity to speak on. Because to be quite frank, I didn't give a fuck. The shit was lame any goddamn way. So Natalie chose Tommy to meet up with Sirach. And that's what Tommy do. So we fast forward to Tommy and Sirach linking up. And child, when I tell you this shit was funny and a damn fool, it was just that. So Sirach pull up and, you know, she's sitting down waiting for Tommy. And, you know, Tommy, his Tommy girl, fashionably late. Late. That's like her thing. So in Tommy confessional, Tommy states that she had a conversation with Summer, and Summer tell her like, you know, she spoke with Sirach, and Sirach was giving that she was apologetic and she wanted to apologize to Tommy for, I guess, the whole internet situation that they had back and forth, you know, with Sirach saying certain things about Tommy and Sirach stating that Tommy said certain things about her children. And so I guess that whole meetup was the whole purpose of the conversation that they were intended to have. So Tommy get there, shit is a little awkward as she sits down at the table. You know, they looking at each other up and down and looking at each other crazy. And so, you know, Sirach get to asking Tommy certain questions about why she wasn't, you know, present, about when she got jumped on chapter 2. And she was also speaking about like why Tommy did not jump in and defend her and fight with her. And Tommy sat there and made it very clear because Sirach confirmed to the clarity of what Tommy stated. And that was, I hired you to, you know, fight on my behalf. And I hired you for you to be able to handle certain things without feeling like you needed my assistance. That's not why you're here. You were here to get a look, and you were here to get a check, and you were here to get paid, and you were here to do a job that I hired you for. So basically, Sarah, it was giving you were higher security, and you were going to be okay with fighting simply because you were paid and you got to get a look on the network because it put you in a place to potentially, get your own setup in your own scene with bitches. And look, this is exactly what the hell happened. So I say that to say, Tommy also stated that they've only known each other for 72 goddamn hours. And Ciroc confirmed that. And they threw little messy ass jabs at one another. Ciroc talking about Tommy jewelry, and Tommy letting her know, like, she can afford whatever she want, petty messy women shit, when they get to talking about each other appearance and I. But one thing I can say is, listen, that damn Tommy is a Gemini, and she's very witty. Them damn Geminis are witty like Sagittarius. Them are sister sign anyway. So of course we like y'all other half, for real, for real. But I say that to say, when you talking to a Gemini, you have to be very witty, because that's exactly what they are. They're very in the head, very in the brain with it. You feel what I'm saying? And so, Rock, you just didn't have no comebacks for that, babe. You didn't have any type of comebacks for that. But I will say this. You did confirm everything that Tommy said. So you were sitting at that table calling Tommy a cat, basically insinuating that Tommy is lying, but you literally confirmed everything that lady said. You met her in 72 hours. Y'all had several conversations about your position and why you were even there. You got paid for being there, and you were not to expect any assistance or any help on the behalf of her, because the whole purpose that you were there was to fight for her on her behalf, knowing that she could not really get in the field like she would normally do. Fast forward. So Rock feel like Tommy left her for dead. And so Rock feel like Tommy should have fought on her behalf. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of delusional as shit. Like, girl, what the hell? Girl, what? So Rock decides to move the conversation to saying, well, I'm not mad about getting jumped if you claim you didn't see it, because per Tommy words, Tommy said she didn't see Ciroc get jumped. She said she never seen what the hell was happening at that moment, at that time, when the girls had got on her ass. So Ciroc said, you want to know, I'm not even mad about you saying you ain't seen me get jumped or you not helping me, but you tried to little girl me. Now I'm trying to figure out, like, girl, what you mean, little girl? Because you a grown ass woman, Ciroc. I can't even see nobody even trying to even play with you like that. For real, for real. I'm telling y'all, shorty thick and big as shit. Beautiful girl. Ciroc is not ugly, by the way. Let's just be very clear. Ciroc is not ugly, but she just one of them bitches that's just stacked up. Like, bitch, you could tell it's in her genes. She naturally just fucking big. And when I say big, I don't mean big as in fat. I mean big as in big boned, like shorty stacked the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't see like nobody even trying to little girl you on any motherfucking thing. Like that doesn't even make sense. But she said that Tommy did it. And Tommy, I know your mouth though. So if she say you did that shit, I'm kind of inclined that you got a little reckless with your lips, because you tend to do that sometimes, especially with bitches that you feel like that you're above. We watched you and seen you do it, mamita. So y'all, so Rock tells Tommy that she ain't taking no handouts, and Tommy not giving her no hands out. And Tommy politely gets the fuck up, turns around and said, yeah, I am. I gave you my hand and now I'm out. And frolicked her ass as she twisted her ass and that cute ass skirt, because she looked so cute, right on about the door. So Rock goes that I should slap the hell out of this bitch. And Tommy tell her it's a good time to do it now. And Tommy keeps it fucking moving down the stairs, y'all. So as Tommy get into her black truck, so Rock looks over, and so Rock throws a drink over like this balcony or whatnot. And as the camera pan downstairs, it's like two girls downstairs. So I don't know who the little yellow light skinned girl is. I think that's the other Dolly, if I'm not mistaken, because I've heard that another Dolly is supposed to be on this season as well. And then it was another girl downstairs, random as hell, right? So I'm assuming Tommy had two bitches with her on standby or whatever. So Ciroc leaves from upstairs and she goes downstairs after she done threw her little drink over the balcony. And all of a sudden she gets downstairs and all of a sudden she walks past one of the girls and her and the girl, they just get to throwing hands. Now I'm not gonna hold you. Her and the girl, they toe to toe. They both on their feet. They both running it back to back. They running it back to back. Whereas Tommy, girl in the goddamn car with the window half cracked, watching everything unfold. Do you hear me? And I'm not gonna hold you. For it to be Ciroc against two bitches, you know, she was running it with both you bitches. She was running it with you. Ciroc, you ain't whoop no ass, but they ain't whoop your ass either. And that was just the end of that. And so one of the other girls comes out the car from Tommy, I believe, and she called herself trying to like sneak Ciroc, and Ciroc turn around and kind of like pop her a little bit. And so, you know, security breaking it up or whatnot, like security not letting these bitches like bang her out or no shit like that. But they was trying to get to Ciroc, but Ciroc was holding her on or whatnot. But the funniest shit after the whole situation was Tommy goes, "Why do you want to fight me? I'm injured and I'm grown." Child, so we moving on to the Now That's TV Zeus girls meeting up. And so the girls that walked in was DTB, Ivory Babu, and then ET pulled up a little later. Before ET come though, Ivory and Diamond, they having a conversation and they politicking about, you know, Diamond and Ivory go, "I see you and Natalie made up or whatever." And Diamond like, you know, it was time, you know, I didn't want to keep dragging it out. Like we fought, we argue, we fought, we argue, we done went through our back and forth, we done had our shit. And my fans really don't like for me to be like dragging shit. It was really time to let it go at the end of the day. And I think that that was a boss move to do as well, because I've been telling you, Diamond, for a long motherfucking time, like you gonna either pay to play or you gonna get up off this lady's show. You can't keep slapping the shit out of her every single time. But I don't blame you for slapping Natalie every single time, because Natalie be deserving to get slapped, because Natalie do a little underhanded sneaky shit. Did she get on her Trump shit? I have no idea. But you said this. Oh, and I said that because you did this. So you gotta watch Natalie ass. And I kind of feel like once y'all go through a phase of falling out, depending on how you handle yourself moving forward, depends on the type of report you and Natalie have, because Natalie a little flip floppy ass bitch. One year y'all cool, the next minute you trying to slap the shit out of her. So you know, you just never fucking know. Ask Rolly, she knows. So then Diamond turns around and asks Ivory, you know what I'm saying, do she have any issues with ET? Because ET about to pull up. So now ET pulling up, aka Scarface. And you know, I forgot what season ET was on, but I think ET was on, I want to say ET was on, what was that? Was that Central, South Central, or some shit like that? I could be wrong, y'all, because it was so long ago. And I'm not gonna hold you, I didn't really start tapping in for real, I think into the season before Midwest. And then once I realized that they was coming to the Midwest, I was like, oh, it's time, because that's, I'm not gonna hold you, Midwest is when it really started popping the fuck off. Midwest and the Caribbean is the best motherfucking seasons, if you ask me. And Africa is 3. Boom for it. Anyway, that's my opinion, bitch. Don't bring your ass over here thinking you gonna argue, you gonna tussle about it, because I don't give a fuck. I will curse you out and I will block you. I am finesse in its prime. I cuss, I yell, and I spit at the camera, and I foam at the mouth when I get motherfucking mad. And when I decide that I want to cuss a bitch out, you're not checking anything here. I check me on a daily. Move for it. Now, like I said, y'all, they were sitting here discussing about whether Ivory had an issue with ET. Ivory said she don't have no problems with ET. Everything is copacetic. Now, ET pulls up, you know, they get to hugging each other, bonding it out. You know, Ivory a real finicky ass bitch. Like, if she ain't got no real rapport with you, you cool. But when I tell you the demons speak to that bitch, the demons be speaking to that bitch. I seen one on one season of Young and Reckless. Look, this bitch got me stuck. I can't even get it out. On one season of Young and Reckless, I seen goddamn Ivory kick a bitch and say in her confessionals, I don't know why I kicked the bitch. I'm talking about, y'all, she high kicked, like on some kung fu, high kicked the bitch, and the bitch slid, folded under the table. This bitch go on the confessionals and say, I don't know why I kicked her. The demons made me do it. And at that moment, that's when I knew I really liked her. So anyway, y'all, ET pull up, they get to conversing, they get to talking. So all of a sudden, motherfuckers getting to look around like, yeah, so the next bitch that's supposed to be pulling up and popping in is Pressure, aka Big Pressure. Baby, when I tell you that hoe right there be ruffling bitches' feathers, that bitch Pressure will ruffle the hell out your goddamn feathers. Do you hear me? She gets on bitches' ass and nerves. So everybody like, they got a problem with Pressure. Diamond don't really speak too much on it because I don't think Diamond had a real issue with Pressure. I think ET and Ivory are the ones that had a real issue with Pressure. So they're sitting there and they're just waiting on Pressure to walk in. Now we gonna fast forward to Bahati leading the Girls Gone Wild. So Bahati pulls up and her and Daisy link, Daisy Dukes. And I never really got into the Girls Gone Wild because they are really young. I'm not an auntie bitch. I'm a TT. TT is a little older, so there's only so much that I can allow my brain to process when it comes to young hoe behavior. Don't get me wrong, there's a young hoe that lives deep, 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 deep inside of my heart and my soul, but it's only so much that I will allow my brain to digest and take in. So Girls Gone Wild, that's for the young hoes. You understand what I'm saying? Baddies is for the old hoes. And I can honestly say that. I mean, I grew up in the era of BGC Bookie Butts. That's for the old hoes. Now, like I said it before, Bahati and Daisy Dukes, they pull up and they link up. Now, I forgot that Daisy Dukes and Bahati had so much tension with one another, but I remembered because I did catch snippets and I believe I watched maybe an episode or two. You know what I'm saying? Because my bitch, shout out to the queen, her baby sister ended up being able to get on the show. So I kind of peeked in just to see what baby girl was giving, which was not a goddamn thing. And I moved on. And I do remember Bahati and Daisy because, to be quite frank, those girls are the girls that stood out the most to me on Bad Girls Gone Wild. Was Bahati, who actually is the winner of that season, and Daisy Dukes, who actually was popping it that season. And from what I've heard, they didn't rumbled and lined it up and banged it out so many goddamn times. When it came to this situation of them meeting up, it really wasn't no real reason for them to like even line anything up or bang it out because they didn't fall so many times. So at this moment, they just talking to each other and having a conversation, and the conversation got tension. Let's not get it fucked up. The conversation has tension. Bahati put Daisy Duke's address and shit online. According to Daisy Duke, her house had caught on fire. All type of stuff was just going on between them. I feel like they wronged each other and they fought so many times. This was an opportunity to apologize. And I feel like, Daisy, in this moment, you didn't allow Bahati to apologize to you formally and accept it. Whether you didn't have to, babe. You didn't have to accept an apology if you didn't want to. But I know that that's what you were seeking from her because she was dead ass out of line for putting your address online where your children, where your babies sleep and lay their head. That is a violation. And I would have assumed that you would have ran in her mouth, but y'all didn't did that so much. It serves no purpose here. So I feel like at this moment, while y'all were really getting that tension out via conversation, you should have allowed her to apologize because Bahati did try to apologize to you. But I feel like you did not want to hear the accountability because it didn't sound like the way you wanted it to. Everybody has a reason for doing shit sometimes, especially when you are each other's. I don't like to use the word nemesis if it really ain't that deep, but for y'all, I'm gonna say nemesis because y'all did some foul shit to one another. So I'll say that to say y'all did not allow each other to accept accountability on both ends, so you didn't hear each other. So with that being said, y'all, they end up getting into it fucking again. I'm surprised because Daisy Dukes pretty much gave Bahati her ass to kiss and walked the hell off and went about her business. Now, in the midst of Daisy Duke and Bahati, having a conversation, Hurricane M and TT from Bad Girls Gone Wild, they pull up. No, I don't know who the hell these young ladies is because, like I stated before, that's not really my jush. I am not interested in watching young hoes. Let me be very clear. I wasn't interested in watching them young hoes. This season of Bad Girls Gone Wild, I'm slightly interested because they got a couple of my little young hoes on there that I do like, preferably Lauren and Baby Tyson from Not As TV. First of all, let me just be clear. I love all the Not As TV girls, bad, good, ugly, and different. Them hoes banging out. Them hoes give great TV. Them hoes give great production, and I just fuck with it all together. Like I fuck with it all together. But those two young hoes are on Bad Girls Gone Wild. So I am tapping into it a little bit to see what it is. And I'm on the second episode, and it's kind of giving what it needs to give so far. But I don't think it's something that I will be doing a review on necessarily, just simply because, it's some young ass shit. And that's what the fuck hoes do when they young. They argue, they fight, they fuck, and they do ratchet shit. Move forward. Hurricane M, TT, they pull up, in the midst of them going back and forth before Daisy Dukes walk off. So let me scale it back, y'all, because I'm kind of moving a little forward. I'm trying to push through. We at 38 minutes and 47 seconds, bitch. I be running my mouth. So they walk up, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Bahati turned to, after the whole conversation with Daisy Duke and her, Bahati turns to Hurricane M, and Bahati says, I don't know what your issue is with me. And Hurricane M goes, you try to jump me at the reunion, or basically you jump me at the reunion. And it goes to Bahati confessional, and Bahati goes, bitch, I didn't try to jump you. I didn't jump you. I tried to jump you. Like, girl, hello? Girl, what? So what do? They fall in. And they rumble for like a couple goddamn rounds. It really wasn't hitting on too much. You understand what I'm saying? Like, from what I remember of Bahati in her Bad Girls Gone Wild, like the couple episodes that I did watch, like I think I watched like a couple to maybe 3 episodes. Bahati was in there banging. She was in there scrapping. Do you understand me? So this Bahati that I seen, I was thoroughly like a little confused because I was like, okay, I don't really remember like Bahati fighting like she a beginner and shit. But they ran it a couple rounds and they got their shit off. And Hurricane M, she was in there a little bit, like nobody whooped each other's ass at the end of the day. Like it was given very much. Both got some licks in, both got their licks in, and that was just pretty much that on that. And it was funny as hell because the security was trying to break up Bahati and Hurricane M, and TT walked over there and literally pulled them apart. And I died because I was like, bitch, I know these two big grown ass people could not pull these little ass girls apart, but yet this little ass girl come in and pull these bitches apart like effortlessly. I was thoroughly tickled. Okay, y'all. Now we back with the Now That's TV Zeus girls. That's what I'm gonna start calling these hoes, because these bitches really are like in different show groups, and it is crazy how they did this shit. This chapter. This is, like I said, gonna be interesting. So we back at this little spot where Diamond, ET, and Ivory at, and Pressure walk in. And when I tell you, as soon as Pressure walked in, Pressure fall in instantly. Ivory fall in instantly. Let's listen. This is Not As TV's bitches. So y'all already know how they giving it up. So they rumbling, they banging. Before you know it, ET jump in. What gagged me is when security broke it up, gave everybody space for Ivory and Pressure. They fall in. Ivory drop Pressure. I'm telling you, bitch slip, fell to her knees. Ivory got that one. She definitely got that one. Then Ivory and Pressure, they go in. This like round 3. I bullshit you not. They fall in. Pressure get dropped her till her knees. First time I'ma say Pressure slipped, and I'm not gonna hold you. Pressure was a little caught off guard by getting jumped, because at the end of the goddamn day, I kind of feel like y'all could have ran y'all ones individually. Y'all did not have to jump that girl. Pressure a big bitch for sure, but y'all did not have to jump her. Each one of y'all could handle Pressure on your fucking own. That's just period, point blank. So I feel like when Pressure got jumped, because she did get jumped, it kind of threw her off her equilibrium. So as she fighting Ivory, her mind is more focused on who finna hit me out the blue. She can't even focus on fighting one bitch at that moment, at that time. Y'all, she gets real dirty, real disrespectful. Now they at the point where they telling each other, fuck each other kids. And listen, I don't play with the kids shit. I think both you bitches need to watch your mouth speaking on anybody's child. Y'all both are mothers. You are someone's mother. And now y'all on national fucking television telling each other, fuck your child, fuck your child, fuck your child, fuck your child. That shit look lame on both of y'all behalves. On both of y'all ends, y'all look corny, y'all look lame as fuck. Keep each other's children names out of your fucking mouth. What's wrong with you grown ass bitches that think that y'all, it's okay to speak such negativity over these innocent ass children? Are you bitches cool? Out of all of the shit that you can say about a grown ass adult, out of all the shit that you can just say, period, why the fuck do y'all always feel a need to bring up somebody's fucking kids and be speaking such negativity and dirtbag ass shit over somebody's fucking children? You know, the Bible say the tongue is a powerful fucking sword, but yet you bitches do not use your swords responsibly unless it's sucking on some fucking candy. You bitches are out of line or licking on some cat. You bitches is dead ass wrong. Y'all out of line and y'all need to fix that shit. Y'all both equally owe each other a fucking apology, because at the end of the day, yeah, I scrapped about mine. I was fighting about mine. I got out about mine, but your kids are going to grow up and see this shit, whether you hoes like it or not. Get some motherfucking cool about yourself, bitch. Bitches. The fuck? So, y'all, I'm not gonna hold you. When I tell you they all was rumbling, the only person that did not get out and get in at this moment was Diamond. So, E.T. and Ivory, they trying to rumble pressure. They rumbling. Now, security trying to get pressure ass up out of here at this point, because I'm telling you, they put belt to ass. They trying to toe tag pressure ass. You hear me? So, security trying to get pressure up out of there. Why E.T. ass run up on pressure? And when I say pressure, dogged you, E.T. Pressure dogged you, E.T. Now I see why you jumped her. Because if it was a one-on-one, you're not fucking with pressure. Yeah, you can fight, but you're not giving pressure that work like you think you're gonna do to her. The only motherfucker in y'all group out of the three of y'all that's capable of really giving pressure, that pressure, is Ivory. Cause Ivory gonna throw them things every goddamn time. Every time. My money gonna always be on Babu. I'm not gonna hold you. My money gonna always be on Babu when it comes to you bitches. But you, E.T., yeah, I seen you throw down quite a few times, and I feel like you very fucking capable of giving bitches that work. But looking at how you gave it up with pressure, I was kind of morally surprised, because you had the upper hand. You done already discombobulated the bitch brain when you decided to jump her with Ivory. So therefore, she ain't even on her A game in her head. You have the upper hand, and she worked you. She worked you. You ran up on her and she worked you. Case closed. Ain't no argument about that shit. But at the end of the day, security trying to get pressure ass up out of there. Now they coming from all corners. Then all of a sudden, Diamond decides to jump in. Now Diamond was in the back yelling, you got her, you got her, you got her. Basically, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. Because at the end of the day, Diamond is the leader of the Zeus, not as TV Zeus girls. And she's really is supposed to be getting some type of dialogue, as well as keeping these girls together, because shit, a show gotta get done at the end of the day. A show gotta be ran at the end of the day. So yeah, we can bang it out, we can do all that shit, but we still gotta have some dialogue. We still gotta get some camera time. We still gotta do a lot of shit to make this show what it is, bitch. Do you want to be in a scene, or you gonna be a background? That's just what it's giving. So, you know, Diamond was playing her part and doing her part. She on the side. And she like, yeah, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. Well, I think Diamond must have got shit misconstrued, because Diamond started trying to run up on Pressure, telling Pressure, you shouldn't be speaking on nobody's dead daddy. Why you speaking on somebody's dead daddy? Now, there's a lot of shit going on, so I'm going to be very frank with y'all. I did not hear Pressure say anything about that girl dad being dead, but I'm going to tell you like this. As somebody who dealt with people trying to use someone who was very, very close to me in the living and covers me in the spiritual, I'm liable to running your mouth because I don't even play them type of games. But I also realize that you bitches are so weird. You niggas is so weird when you can't find anything or do anything to quote unquote disrespect or hurt that person. You would use death as if you ain't never had nobody die in your raggedy po ass family. You would use death as if your po ass ain't gonna motherfucking die one day. Now, y'all, let me bring it down and bring it back because shit like that is very passionate. I do not speak on people's loved ones that has transitioned. I don't speak on people's children. I think that is a poor sport, and I don't play those type of goddamn games. So, with that being said, like I said, Diamond was speaking to a sense of saying that pressure was speaking on Ivory's father who had passed away. Like I said before, I did not hear that. But what I will say is I heard pressure speak on Ivory's daughter and say, fuck her daughter. That's what I did hear. I didn't hear anything regarding Ivory's father. And if pressure spoke on Ivory's father, she was all over that ass as well for that as well. So they got pressure ass up out the door. As they getting pressure ass up out the door, that's when Diamond steps in and pressure looks at Diamond and say, what's the problem with you too? That let me know that this shit wasn't really supposed to be escalated to them jumping her. She was supposed to run her little fade with Ivory and ET. I'm still trying to figure out what's the problem that you and Pressure even got. When did this happen? When did this happen and how did this happen? I hope we get some context behind it. Because if it's something stupid, I'm going to tear your ass a new one. I'm going to tear your ass a new one. And shout out to Sasiki. Nonetheless, they get pressure ass up out the door. Now all of their ass is trying to hop on her ass. And they slide pressure ass onto that sprinter. And she says her mwah, goodbyes. And she keeps it fucking moving. Now, y'all, Natalie and Rolly meets up in the LA house. This is the meetup spot for all the girls. Like I stated before in chapter 1, the houses are only meetup spots for them to have meetings, line shit up, air shit out, congregate, kick it, Those are what those houses is for. And the houses are absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. But in this particular moment, the only girls that are meeting up in this LA house is for the trios. So you have Tasiki, Biggie, and Mariah Lynn punk ass. Then you have Dolly, Summer, and Lex punk ass. And then you got Kokilla, Rican, and Fauna ass all meeting up in this LA house. Rolly and Natalie is sitting down with each trio group and they're having a discussion on whether, excuse me, or whether that they can fix it with one another or not. So the first group that they meet up with and they have a sit down with is Biggie, Tasiki, and Mariah Lynn. And you know, Natalie and Rolly, they all talking about Biggie. They say the same shit about Biggie. Oh, Biggie is a diva. Biggie is a crybaby. She's sensitive. She's emotional. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, she wants her way. And you want to know what? I'm inclined to believe that that's true because they say the same shit every season. And I seen the way you were acting in chapter 1. Like, I've always paid attention to you, Biggie. Don't get it fucked up. I've always paid attention to you. I watched your come up and glow up. I think you're a beautiful girl. I think you're a very beautiful girl. I think that you're talented. But your personality suck and you scary as fuck. And I got to get on your ass real quick. Let me do a sidebar and a little messy drop real quick. Because like I said before, I didn't really give a fuck about covering a reunion, but I got to say this shit now while I'm thinking about it. You a punk ass bitch, Biggie. You said all chapter 1 acting like you had a problem with fucking Smiley and putting your hands on Smiley and acting like you just so beefed the fuck out with Smiley. But the moment the next bitch want to smack you, the moment the next bitch wants you to fall in, you scare and you act like you finna get beat. Girl, get your weak ass up out of here. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of that shit, Biggie. You lame and you out of line for running your fucking mouth but acting scary like you can't get in the fucking field like the rest of them bitches. I don't care to see your ass on another season of Baddies. And I'm gonna leave that shit there before I get ready and go on a goddamn tangent because I was just about to get ready and go there with you, but I'm not because it's not even worth my goddamn time. I don't care to see your ass on another season of Baddies. I feel like you're full of shit and you need to go where you belong because Baddies is not something you belong in or belong at. Not because you're not a baddie, you just don't fit being a baddie. Period. Point blank. You're too scary for me, Biggie. You too fucking scary for me. For all that fucking mouth you got, you too scary. Any fucking way. Moving forward. Tasiki, Rolly, Mariah Lynn, Natalie, they all having a conversation before Biggie come in. Like I said, they talking about how she a diva, she a crybaby, the same shit, different season. And all of a sudden Biggie come walking in and they get to discussing the reunion mishap when it came to Tasiki hugging legs. And Tasiki just felt like at the end of the day, none of you bitches could have a problem about who I be cool with because y'all be cool with the same bitches that I be beating up. So at the end of the day, for you to sit your ass up here, Biggie, and act like it's a problem that she hugged Lex and she decided to not have no issue with Lex because you got smacked around, you look crazy as hell. But nonetheless, we're here. And that was pretty much the basis of that whole ordeal. Sidebar, let's talk about the house in LA. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'm talking about the tiers, the layers, the decorating. The house actually, excuse my French, the mansion, the estate was absolutely gorgeous. And let me do a messy drop. Why in the hell the production had pictures of all the trios in different parts of the area? I guess trying to like create some reminisce of sentiments between them and feeling like it was supposed to bring up some nostalgia feelings and emotions that will cause them to like rehash it and get back. Child, so not the case. Let's do some small sidebars. Mariah Lynn purse in her confessional was so damn cute. It was a little teapot inspired purse. And when I tell you that purse was so cute and so befitting to her outfit, I liked it. And I wanted to talk about Rolly confessional look because I feel like Rolly do hit or miss with me. Rolly have some looks that be looking so damn good on her, especially this new body that she keep on buying. She be looking good in some of her confessional looks, and then other times she be looking tacky. This particular confessional look, I thought Rolly looked absolutely good. Rolly is such a pretty girl. She has such a pretty face to me, and I think she needs to work on her skin. Continue to keep working on your skin because, baby, the clearer your skin is and the less makeup you wear, Rolly, you are such a natural beautiful woman. And I liked it, the orange and the red confessional look. Like I thought that those colors suit your skin tone so well. So shout out to you for that look because I think it looks good on you. So y'all, now we move into the second trio, and Natalie and Rolly is going to go talk to Dolly, Summer, and who was the other damn girl? Lex. Child, I know you fucking lying. Hated Lex look. I thought that Lex confessional look was trash. And I don't know who be styling baby girl, but somebody need to help her in that department. She is such a beautiful girl. I think that there are so many different fashions that Lex could put on her physique that will really pop her out and give her such a better look. And I think she needs to stop trying to wear lace fronts like all the rest of the girls and get into that natural aesthetic. I think that that suits her better. Dolly confessional look, child, looking like the goddamn cricket off of Once Upon a Time. Y'all need to go watch that show. When I tell you it's good as hell, it's good as hell. And if you are someone who delve in the rabbit hole of conspiracies, not no motherfucking theories, conspiracies, you'll love Once Upon a Time. But that hoe was looking like the goddamn cricket off of Once Upon a Time. I'm not here for it. Dolly is such a beautiful chocolate ass woman to me, but I feel like she does too much when it comes to the makeup, and sometimes she go overboard when it comes to the outfit. Like, I understand you want to stand the hell out, but bitch, you could be better when it comes to dressing. Dolly be a hit and miss with me as well, but this time the outfit was terrible sandwich, by the way, and the makeup was on point. Dolly always do her makeup really really pretty to me, and she's a very pretty woman to me as well. So y'all, they sitting down and everybody politicking, and Natalie poses the question, well, pretty much asks the question like, so how could we fix this situation between y'all and Summer? basically saying, so when did y'all stop being cool with Summer? Lex says after the whole fight with Siki is when they all really stopped being cool with Summer, and not in the sense of they were mad at Summer and everything fell apart because they were mad at Summer. They stopped being cool because after the fight with Tasiki is when Summer started turning the fuck up on their ass. And for Dolly, she stated that she finally understood how everybody felt with having issues with Summer. And I call bullshit on that, Dolly, because I distinctively remember on Midwest, you and Summer always been cool. You was cool with Summer before all of them bitches. So y'all naturally linked, y'all naturally had a bond. And that's when I felt like that's when the real bitch Dolly was present and before us. And you never had a problem telling Summer, like, Summer, you need to chill out. You doing too much. I'll never forget when you, Dolly, girl, my bad, because, bitch, I'm talking about you in third person, ho. I'll never forget when you, Summer, and Natalie sat at that goddamn table and you and Natalie were telling Summer about how she doing too goddamn much and how she need to pipe it down and just chill a little bit, because Summer was being a goddamn menace on Midwest. I'm not gonna hold you. She was piping it up. I feel like Midwest was good, but I feel like Summer took it like 10 times. You know what I'm saying? But y'all were sitting at that table and y'all were telling Summer to pipe down. When Tinkerbella came to that table, approaching Summer, telling Summer about how she ain't gonna take her chain or some weird ass shit like that, because Tinkerbella swore up and down that Summer said that she was gonna take her chain. And she started hovering over Summer and smacked Summer dead in her motherfucking mouth. And then it seemed like everything just switched. After Summer got smacked in her mouth, it seemed like, Dolly, you just didn't give a fuck about nothing Summer said or nothing Summer did. You went and agreed with everything that girl said and everything that girl did. You just completely stopped being a real bitch. And I was trying to figure out, like, girl, what the hell happened? And I found it so interesting how it took all the way to now for you and Tinkerbella to run it, because Summer been popping it and Summer be your bitch. And you wanted to fight Ella, Pretty P, and everybody else on the behalf of Summer, but yet it took you into chapter 1 to finally run that fade with Tinkerbella. And then you got upset about the fade because Summer decided that she wanted to be on Tinkerbella's side, the same bitch that hear in her mouth. Like, the jokes write them damn selves, you hear? So I say I let this say, don't act oblivious now like you see what everybody else sees. Because back in the day, you was checking Summer like a real bitch that you were pretending to be and used to be. But, moving on. Child, now Summer pop up, aka the Beyonce of the group, has arrived and she's entering the building. Summer is a cute girl. I hate that they messed up a part of her face. It don't stop her from being pretty, but I do hate that it messed up a part of her face. Like, you could tell, like, she has keloid skin, so she naturally, if like get marks or get cut, that's how her skin, that's how the tissue in her skin comes back together. And I feel like it's a cosmetic procedure that can take care of that for her. But at the same time, I feel like that was messed up. And I know Cat Dog paid her ass some pretty pennies because, babe, that girl face look a fool, and it was behind somebody that you employed. And I know y'all tried to create that narrative of, oh, she was doing this and she was doing that, but other girls said other things, and it doesn't correlate to the narrative that y'all tried to portray based off of how Summer gives it up on this show. And that's why I always say be careful, because your first impressions be your last impressions in people's face, space, and their minds. So if they think that you are naturally this one way based off of one interaction, they're gonna go off of that shit. It don't matter if you right. It don't matter if you have a right. It don't matter if you have been wrong. They're always gonna see that impression of you that first time that they're having an interaction with you. So be mindful of that when you're in these spaces, people faces, and places, beloved. So y'all, they get to talking amongst one another, and Rolly is sitting there quiet. After Summer then kind of like toe tagged Rolly on the reunion, I guess Rolly felt like, let me fully heal all the way before I try to even get back in here with this girl, because Summer definitely got you on a reunion, Big Mama. But nonetheless, they having a little conversation, and Summer tells them, like, I don't have an issue. I don't have a problem. They got the issue with me. Dolly and Lex, they throwing shade and they talking shit. And Lex say, oh, well, you want to be on the internet saying shit. And Dolly says, you turned from a baddie to a blogger. But I'm the most popping one. I'm the one that's going viral, and there it is. You expose that you always been a hating ass bitch. You expose that even though Summer ain't even got no song out that's popping for real, she still get the same amount of motion and traction that you are based off the song that you just now put out, girl. Cause let's keep it all the way P. Dolly, ain't nobody really checking for your goddamn music like that, baby. It took a negative moment in order to propel you and your music. Let's clock it. People like that girl based off her personality. People don't care for you based off your personality. And what's interesting is y'all got the same similar personalities, nonetheless, moving fucking forward. They say what they gotta say. Summer say what she gotta say. But Bad Dolly get back in her motherfucking feelings once again, run up on Summer. They get to throwing them. Summer, of course, don't have the upper hand on Dolly because Summer cannot fucking fight. She has her moments where she can get in there with you, but for the most part, when you fighting a bitch that know how to fight, and Dolly know how to fight. I always say this and I'm going to keep saying this. My money was always on Bad Dolly. I always felt like she never needed you bitches to have the motion that she wanted to get from being on this show. Bad Dolly could have always stood 10 toes on her own. So I never understood why she decided that she needed to become a trio with two other bitches that she just met on the show. So to wrap that up, Dolly ran up on Summer. They get the banging. Dolly get the best of Summer. Lex sat there with her big ass wide mouth, grinning and skinny. And that was pretty much the, end of that shit. Like, let's wrap this whole big three, big trio shit up. It's dead. Y'all have girls that y'all like that y'all gym with. Y'all have girls that y'all don't. But to be like in this motherfucker talking about we a group, it doesn't give group. But I will say this time though, chapter 2, it's giving group. That's why the title of the show is the title of this show. Nonetheless, we all collectively feel like Lex and Dolly aligned themselves with Summer because they saw that Summer was getting the most notoriety, good or bad. Summer never aligned herself with you, Lex, or you, Dolly. Y'all aligned yourself with her. We all watched it happen. We all saw it happening. The whole so-called friend group had no real substance and no real foundation. Because if y'all did, y'all would have never waited to chapter 1 of USA to act like y'all was holding that girl accountable for anything that came out of her mouth. Y'all watched her give it up the way that she did. Y'all laughed, y'all kikied, and y'all giggled. And this is what y'all get, and this is where y'all at now. It is what it is. But what I will say is, y'all can stop trying to put your hands on that girl. It's dead, it's done, and it's over with. She be talking shit, y'all be talking shit. Shout out to Jayla Mina. It's done. So in this new chapter, we're around bitches that stand on their own. So hopefully you bitches can do the same. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment down below, ho, and come politic with a P. Go check out some of my old episodes, y'all. I'm about to go back in the house and get ready to see what these hoes is on in the next episode. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.